Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday to us all. I hope everyone is doing well in body, mind, and spirit. That the loved ones and family around you, your community is also safe and whole, and maybe send out some healing and positive energy for those who are out and suffering and dealing with pain and dealing with trauma and unforeseen events. There's a lot of it. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga, and this is our home yoga practice this morning. And I decided after I have a Wednesday morning chair yoga client, and so I thought, you know what? Why don't we use the chair this morning in our home yoga? So get a chair, but a chair that doesn't have wheels on it. All right, that's a little crazy. That's leveling up. Maybe you can show me a thing or two, but I want to feel rooted and safe. All right. So I've got just a regular folding chair, okay? And otherwise, go ahead and have your blocks and straps if you need one. And we'll look at ways that we can access a bit of a flow, as well as staying healthy in our bodies and feeling able to alleviate some of that stuff that's getting compressed when we're sitting in the chair. Maybe we're like, I'm in my chair all day. Well, guess what? We can still be moving and be mindful and caring for this whole unit, even if we've got to be sitting. All right. So I've got a block and a strap, and we're going to do some stuff sitting, and then we'll get up and we'll do some standing elements as well. All right. So good morning. Come on in. If you're like, what? You like came into the room and you're like, what are we doing now? It's still yoga. It's still valid. We're just going to use what we have in terms of a chair. All right. So let's come to sitting, and let's sit toward the front edge of the chair, and have your feet an even distance apart. So just sitting here activates your core to kind of hold you up, right? We don't get to and just kind of cave in on the spine, let the belly do nothing, let the spinal column take all of that dump. We get to start to hold ourselves, right? Our countenance. Eyes open or closed. Let's just find some breaths. Inviting ourselves into our being. Feel your breath. Feel your skin. I'm going to start with some breaths. So let's breathe in and sweep the arms up. Exhale, bringing the hands through center. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now feel your sitting bones beneath you and really root through there. Breathe in, pushing down through those sit bones, rising through the chest. Exhale. Soften your shoulders and your neck. Breathing in. Let's invite ease. Exhale. One more. Inhale. I'm going to thread the fingers here and flip and find an interlace. If that doesn't work for you, you could hold the wrists, or we could just grab our strap and hold our arms together using the strap. All right, so make a choice for yourself. Breath in, breath out. Slide the shoulder blades down your back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the low belly holding you upright. And we'll twist. Press the feet down lightly just to be aware of grounding. And back to center. And twist. Back to center. I'm going to do a gentle side bend. Just a little. Ooh, feeling the ribs, the spine, armpits, the shoulders, even the neck. And ask the core to bring us up to center. Exhale over to the other side, pushing those feet down. Be in your whole body. Scan what's supporting you, what's finding movement to alleviate some strain, some tension. Breathing in, lifting. And now I'm going to twist again. And center. And twist again. And center. I'm going to see how far back these arms want to go. We're all going to have a different range. Breathe. Now I'm going to keep those arms and fingers interlaced. Bring those arms out. Nice circular space in these arms. And then round the spine. Ooh, that probably feels good after a little bit of holding that spine accountable. Tuck the chin and lift. Tuck the chin and lift. Good. Let's come on back to center. Release those arms. I'm going to take this left arm across, hook under, and twist. Push the feet down on purpose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Gently release. Other side. So you're probably already like, oh, we do this real similar stuff, whether we're sitting on the floor or we're standing. Here we're getting to use sitting toward the front edge of the chair to kind of feel the core. We don't have to worry about getting up and down off of the floor. Releasing, coming to center. Let's breathe in, maybe smile a little. Exhale, hands to prayer. I'm going to bring one hand to left hand to my right knee. Now the right hand, it could hold the bottom of the chair. If your shoulder's okay with it, you could lift the arm up the back of the chair. But here's what tends to happen sometimes there. So if we can ask, hey, you can relax, and then ask this part of us to rise, breathe in, exhale, revolve. Now, I like to add bringing the awareness of pushing the legs down, even if it's subtle, to feel yourself participating in your rooting. Feel that in the muscles of your feet, your calves, your thighs. Intentionally providing support and leverage for the revolve. And release. Other side. Breath in. And twist. Oh, that feels so good this morning. You could always add in a little bit of neck if you like. Side to side or up and down. Inviting in this self-examination that comes with the yoga. Svadhyaya. Self-study, self-examining. Feel your sit bones on the chair. Can you press down and lift through the belly button and hold that area of the body a little bit accountable and release. Good. Now I'm just going to straighten one leg. I'm going to point and flex, working the heel, feeling the stretch in the toes and the feet, in the shins and the calf. Now I'm going to keep that leg flexed. You can hold here and come forward. If you start to feel like, I don't need that, right? You're not afraid of falling. See if you can just release the arms. Let your awareness, that self-examination, to travel up and down your back, up and down your front. Let the breath rise and fall inside of you. Feel your right thigh and hip, left thigh and hip, back of the neck, and roll that spine up. Good. Now let's just lift this leg, bring it back. Lift this leg, place it out, and do the same thing. The pointing and flexing. Sitting upright. Being aware, how do I hold myself? Sometimes, when we're in our busy thinking mind, especially if the mind is doing a work task, the mind is preoccupied, not occupied with being here. We're not occupying the space, but we're preoccupied. We're otherwise occupied. Ankle rotations. We're not aware and occupying the body because we're occupying thoughts, anticipating, calculating, projecting, planning, not being right here. So let's be here and just be in how I'm sitting in the body. Feel this in a breath. When you're ready, I'm going to come forward. I don't need my arms here, so I'm just going to let them come down. Observe any urge to want to straighten both legs or go any deeper. Observe right now where your mind is. Is your mind comparing what we've done so far versus a standing sequence or what you thought you would do today? Can you remain open, receptive to this moment on a flesh level, on a mental level? And I'm going to round the spine up. Come on back up as erect and purposeful as we can in the spine. And I'm going to lift this leg and bring it back. Good. I'm going to widen my feet just a little bit now. Upper body coming down in between both legs. Ooh, how much can we let the entire upper body sag? What are we enjoying right now? Can we give ourselves permission and just let gravity take the neck, take the upper back? Let the low back start to stretch a little bit, the hip joints, and we'll roll the spine up. Let's see if we can let the arms dangle as the spinal column, as the torso rises. And let's breathe in. Exhale, we'll take it forward again. 3 breaths here. Soft feet. Soft hamstrings. Entire leg soft. Upper body soft. And roll the spine up. Coming back upright. Gentle neck rotations. How much are we aware in our self-examination of how we're holding the spine? And after you've put that intention into sitting as upright as we can, check in as to whether we're doing it with ease. Do we even just want to desire ease? Whether we know how to feel it, whether we know how to do it, let's not worry about that yet. Are we willing to want ease, change direction? Want ease in your mind. I don't have to have my thoughts anywhere else than right here. Hot diggity. Ease in your breath. Good. Chin in toward the chest, hands on the knees, round the spine. And then breathe in and pull the chest up. Tilt the tailbone back. Offer the throat. Exhale. Curl the tailbone under. Round the back. Let the chin rest. Inhale back and forth. An upright cat and cow. Can you feel the rocking in the sit bones against the chair? How much is the front of the chest, upper back, willing to move? Examine. Not forcing. Even apply ease into how we examine ourselves. Good. We'll come to an upright space. Relax the arms. Step the feet in. I'm going to lift my right knee and do some hip circles. Now start to feel your spine sitting upright. Sorry, I talked and moved and got out of my circle. Here's what can happen. We can start to kind of cave and dip back in that back. Oh, can we say, come on, belly, hold the spine. Come on, left leg, change direction. How high of an arc can we make? And it's all right if your arc is down here, but we are examining, we're finding a truthfulness, satya, truthfulness. And then feel what's actually going on in the working in some of these muscles. All right. Now I'm going to lift this foot and bring that ankle on top of the knee and see if I could have done that without giving it a manual assist. Maybe there's a do-over there for some of us. Maybe we need to, what muscles, where, needed to activate to help us? What did we learn about ourselves? Something good too. I'm learning a lot even in how I interact with some of my students. When I ask a question, there's always an answer with a critical diagnosis or a critical observation. What did we learn that was also glorious and beautiful, maybe playful and wondrous, all right? Start to observe, self-examine. What are our tendencies? I'm going to bring my hands here and come forward. Soften, don't force the body. Back off if it doesn't want to go far. Breathe in, lifting the head last if we can. Exhaling. Inhaling. What are you enjoying right now? Maybe it just feels sensual, swishy, right? Maybe you don't have words for it, but you know that there's something that's bringing you joy, ease, maybe just feeling alive. And I'm going to take away that just and say, maybe feeling alive is the joy we're basking in, because that is valid. Woo, that's precious. Now I'm going to see if I can lift that foot and place that down on its own. Thank that body. Let's breathe in. Exhale, hands to prayer. I'm going to find a twist and release. And the other side, twist. Now, just like we do with a lot of our home yogas, this isn't meant to be like this whole long, hour-long sequence. So if there's chunks of this that you're like, ooh, I want to do this in the middle of my day, take pieces of it, okay? Don't feel like I have to set aside an hour. I'm not saying don't hang out with us for the hour, but it's all right to just take a few pieces, okay? I'm going to widen the feet again. Come forward and just alleviate the spine. Feel the difference from that little bit of work we've done. And those hip rotations on that right side. What did we observe or examine about feeling ourselves applying intentional work, intentional engagement? And roll the spine up. What's feeling good? Now, I'm not saying to ignore any areas of the body, any areas of the spirit, any areas in ourselves that are saying, I could use some attention. But can we have a balanced view? All right, I'm going to step these feet in. We're going to do the hip circles on the left side. Check in on the spine. And I'm going to lift and find my hip circle already. I'm feeling some differences in this left hip. And it doesn't mean that it's bad, but it is saying, hey, I really actually needed some nice swimming movement. And already my mind wants to run off and start thinking about swimming and doing everything else. And so I'm saying, okay, mind, stay right here. What's worth my attention right here? Change direction. I am worth my attention right here. physically, breath-wise, mind-wise. Ooh, might be hard to stay on something that feels good or that we're grateful for, because I can feel that work in that leg. All right, now here we go. I'm going to lift. Oh yeah, that left hip is tighter. It's always my tighter side. I'm going to take a breath, send some kindness and forgiveness of myself over any way in which I'm judging myself or critical. I'm so grateful for this vessel. It's been carrying me non-stop for 53 years and some change. So thank you. And when you're ready, we'll come forward. You can let those arms drape, but when you do bring the arms forward, you may already notice that it's maybe putting more pressure on that hip. And if that is uncomfortable, if that's pushing you beyond your limit to be able to hold with peace, back off. Please pay heed to the knee joint. Come out anytime you need. Observe the nature and quality of your breath. Can you grow a breath that helps you regulate into your highest being, your truest being? And roll the spine up, because this yoga, it helps us integrate into ourselves so we can live as our whole self, our most true self, as often as we can. I'm going to lift this leg, bring it down. Good. Let's breathe in. Exhale, hands to prayer. Good. I'm going to turn and face us for a moment. You might want to have your block and have it out in front of you here. Sitting back upright, I just turned so that I could face. And we're sitting on the edge of the chair. Welcome if you're just joining Home Yoga today about how to use a chair at home in our practice. It isn't less than, it isn't baby yoga, it isn't remedial. Just hang on. We just warmed up a little bit. Feel your body, maybe smile. I'm going to step this right leg over, and now I'm going to wiggle this left leg out. Try not to lock that knee. Now see if you can turn your chest forward. All right, now we get to feel this warrior two position in the legs without having to hold ourselves up so much, right? So you're sitting on the chair. So we're like, ooh, okay, doesn't feel like much. I'm not feeling that burn. But do we have to feel a burn to have a benefit? Ease. Feel your sit bones. What else do we get to observe right now about the skin and the flesh and the groin, inner thigh? Press that right foot down on purpose. You feel these muscles engage, grip, hold. How about asking our own waist to lift us up? Good, I'm going to reach those arms out. I'm going to bring this right elbow down. Lengthen. Now take that left arm, right. Breathe. Good. I'm going to bring myself back up. Arms out. I'm going to rest. Don't push on the knee. I like to just bend this arm, place it on the thigh, and head in the direction of that left leg. Good. And then let's just see if we can do this side to side. Maybe wiggle the toes. Feel being at ease in your own legs. Hips open. Your legs getting a little bit of a break from you. Can that be satisfying? Can we examine anything in us that's dissatisfied? Can we just accept that, hey, this is a nice, easy, breezy moment? All right, I'm going to bring this right elbow down. Side angle in the chair. Lifting this left arm. I'm going to reach it forward. Turn the chest down. Bring that left arm down. Sweep that arm back behind me. Turn the chest open. Sweep that arm open. Push the feet into the floor. And breathe. And we're just going to go around. Feel the waist, feel the chest, feel the shoulder. How about that breath that brings you ease, keeps your mind calm? Remain aware to observing, hey, physical body, how you doing? How are you responding to this fluid movement? How are the joints and the hips and the knees and the waist responding? Let's change direction. Oh. Now, if you're just absolutely needing more fire in your life, maybe lift that right arm off the knee and we'll still do these circles. Breathe. You might find you need to use those legs, help that core. You might also find, hey, I think I want that elbow back down. Let's bring ourselves up. Good. Bring that elbow back down. Now, I'm going to take this block. You could flip it down lower. And for me, I am going to flip it down lower. I'm going to bring this hand here. I'm going to bring this left hand to the hip and turn the chest open. Maybe use your right arm to press the right thigh open a little. Breathe. Shoulders down. Push the feet into the floor. When you push, what do you notice? What other muscles start to engage, come together to collaborate? Full integrative union. Good. Now I'm just going to lift that arm and ask my core to lift me back up. Any doubt that we could feel a little bit of work in the chair? All right, I'm going to bring these legs in. I'm going to straighten those legs out. Now, I'm going to hold here, and I advise, if you haven't done this before, to go ahead and hold first. Point the toes to your face, chin, and the chest. Breathe in, breathe out. Respect your limitations. Roll that spine up. Good. Relax those arms. Step the legs in. And that's on purpose. To ask some of that low core to help us move these legs. Start to notice how often do we lean and give ourselves support in order to move the bottom part of our body. I'm going to change the side where my block is. And now I'm going to step this left leg out, keeping that bent. I just like to wiggle that foot. Woo! Feel these hips. Definitely talking this morning. Pushing those feet down. Spine lifting. All right, let's reach. A little bit of warrior 2 here. Ooh, this is nice. Let's actually do this. I'm feeling that in my low hips, my low waist, in the hip sockets. That's for me. I'm not saying what you should feel. Good. And I'm going to bring this elbow down. Lengthening, push the legs down, turn the chest open. And then inhale back up to warrior 2. Exhale. Remember, you could just do certain sections of this. You don't have to stick around for the whole 60 minutes that we're hanging out. Maybe just hit this on demand and just pick some of the stuff that you're like, hey, I want to do that. I think I can do that. Breath. That might feel good, or that looks interesting. All right, now we're going to start to do that revolving side angle. Push the legs down. Be in your legs. Be in your hips. Be in your waist. Now I'm going to turn the chest down. Bring this right arm down. Sweep it out. Turning that chest open, open that shoulder. Maybe look at the hand, working the neck. Letting your gaze follow with the hand, letting that work the neck. How lovely would this be for you to do, like in between Zoom calls? In the middle of a Zoom call, turn the camera off, and you're listening to them, and you're like, hey, I needed to stretch. I needed to remember that I don't have to be so absorbed, so preoccupied that I lose myself. Listening to the wisdom of my body, I'm going to change direction. When my body says something needs to move, I'm going to listen to it and give it movement. And not limit myself, not cut myself off because I don't have time to do it in an exact way. I don't have time to drive and go get to that perfect location or to roll out my mat and change my clothes. We should be able to start to want to be in ourselves wholly, entirely, no matter the circumstance. Don't set ourselves up with all kinds of reservations of why something doesn't work. All right, I'm going to bring now this left hand down to my block. Remember, you can have this up that high, okay? Let me turn my chest sideways first. Push the legs down. And I've got my hand in my low back, pressing down a little. Just opening up a little bit of space in that low back. Breathing into the hips, shoulders back. Maybe do some neck rotation. You don't have to know why. You don't need a reason to want to move something in your body. Good. Actually, because we didn't do that on this side, I'm just going to do this in an unsupported way. You could be like, hey, you guys do that. Go for it. And bringing ourselves up. Nice. All right, I'm going to walk those legs in. Again, I'm just keeping my arms out, so I'm holding myself accountable that I'm not using my hands. I'm still toward the edge of my chair. And I'm going to straighten those legs. Now, again, you might want some support. If you don't need support, if you're not worried that you're going to fall, right? So give yourself support to kind of alleviate any fear so you feel safe. And if you want, you can come forward. Maybe you can hold the feet, keeping the toes coming to your face. Maybe not. Maybe the hands just rest on the floor. Feel the stretch point. Where are the resistance points in the backs of the legs? It's usually multiple locations that have stretch points, stopping points that go ooh, ooh, ooh. And then up and down the back. And then let's remember what feels good. Let the jaw go. Sometimes we don't let go enough to explore what feels good because we're so tensed and braced for something that we're like, I need to cringe again. No cringe in the yoga. We're open to experiencing all of it. And we'll roll the spine up. And I'm going to bring those legs in. Good. All right, I'm going to step these feet out. Yeah, a little bit of Buddha squat in the chair. All right, so feet are flat. But hey, something to be grateful for, something that feels good. We're not doing this off the chair. So have a seat. And then maybe see what's the range. How much do these hips want to open up that way? Ooh, I've hit my max. I'm going to back off a little bit. All right, I'm going to bring these hands behind the head. Grow tall in the waist. Keep those elbows open as much as we can. Breathe in. Exhale. I'm just going to let the side bend to the side and see if that elbow wants to touch. Remember to breathe no matter what. No matter what. Inhale, I'm breathing. No matter what, a loving, kind breath over to the other side. Feel the legs giving you support. Feel your sitting bones giving you support. Feel the muscles around your ribs and your waist, giving you support. Ah, activating, lifting you. This is your core, your fire, working for you. Maybe you need to take a break. Maybe you need to slow it down. Wiggle the toes and remember love and joy. Ah, hey Gaia. Ah, oh yeah, we're feeling a little something, I hope. Breathe. Good. One more. I'm just going to come to the other side. Slide the shoulder blades down your spine. Easy breezy. Yep, this is what working for ourselves feels like. Are we willing to feel the work we put in for ourselves, for our own development, for our own self-examination? Good. All right, I'm going to twist in this nice wide hip space. All right, sitting up and twist. Push the feet down. Feel that difference. Loosen the belly. Revolve the spine. Woo! I don't know about you, but I had a few clickety clicks. And then here we go, other side. Breath in. And twist. One. Ah. Coming on back. All right. So now, again, spine up. I'm going to lift this leg. And I'm going to lift this leg. All right. Now, you may or may not like this. All of this wonderful self-examination, right? So all of that's fun, yeah, right? And let's keep what am I observing that's like wow and wondrous and joyful? And what am I about to examine that I'm like, oh crap, all right? So try not to lean forward like this. Try not to flail the arms about. Keep the chest lifted. Rise into yourself and stand. What? And then reverse. Back it up. Back it up. Lower yourself. Feel the feet helping you. Relax. That chair should be where you left it. All right. But a lot of times what happens? Like the mind is like, wait, is it there? Is it there? All right. Let's do that again. All right. So we've got the feet down. Now that you kind of know, what are we doing? We're standing. That's all. But I think it'll start to point out for us, like when we're getting out of a car, how much we use our arms and we lean on the steering wheel or on the door and we use our arms instead of saying, hey, legs, activate. Hey, core, activate. Hey, heart, let's rise. Yeah, awesome. Good morning. Oh, Lexi, hey, great to see you. So now that we're on our feet, let's bring our chair out in front of us. And I'm going to bring my hands. Now this is really, if it wasn't apparent before, this is really where you don't want a chair with wheels, okay? Unless you got way more adventurous spirit than I do. Palms shoulder width apart. Okay, so don't grab the edge of your chair. Palms down. And right now, I'm just going to pedal. So I'm at a tabletop. Good. Now I'm just going to go side to side. Feel the waist. We did a lot of core there in that Buddha squat side to side. Okay. Can bend the knees a little. Can we do a little cat and cow? Oh, how delicious is that? Oh. Good. Now, I'm going to walk the feet back a bit. Got the feet almost as wide as my mat. And as you can see, right, I'm using the mat as a great stabilizer for the chair, all right? Hardwood, not a good idea. Use the mat. And now I'm going to push my butt upward and let my head slide down. Don't worry about it looking like mine. If you need to step the feet back more, go ahead. Listen to your shoulders. Be kind to your shoulders. Those knees could be soft. You don't have to have them poker straight. All right, now keep the feet where they are and shift the chest forward. Yeah. Let's see if we can keep those heels down. How far forward can we go? Keeping the heels down. Oh yeah, hello legs. And bring it back. Down dog using the chair. Soften the jaw. Ooh, and bring it back. So just going back and forth can be enough. Okay? Relax the toes. Where we're trusting our ground, we're trusting our earth, and our support doesn't have to be white-knuckled, brown-knuckled. Now, if you feel confident, you can stay here with the heels down or come onto the toes, leaning forward a little bit more. Pull the chest up. Nice little up dog here. Shoulders back. And back to down dog. Good. Nice. I'm going to start to walk those legs back in. I'm going to bring my hands a little bit toward the middle of my chair. I'm going to lift the right leg straight up and back. Breath in. Exhale, knee to belly. Inhale, extend, expand, stretch the front of you and the legs of you. Both legs. And bring it in. And bring it out. I'm going to hold here. Point and flex the top leg. Nice. Good. Now I'm going to twist the hip open. And close. And open. And close. Now that can be enough. Try not to move that bottom leg. Keep the toes aiming forward. Sometimes we get wiggly squiggly in that leg and we lose our root. Also, you could have that leg, the standing leg, a little bent. Now, if you're adventurous, maybe just an overachiever, I'm definitely in that category. Play with lifting your right hand off the chair. Maybe you bring that right hand to your hip. All right, only the fancy pants people start to lift this right arm up. So it doesn't mean because we're using chair that we don't get to explore maybe some of the more challenging aspects of balance. This is called Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Where's your ease? Where's your humor? Check in right now on your self-examination. What are you loving about this moment? Not just what you think is wrong. Hands down, close the hip. Good, I'm going to bend my left knee and reach way back here. Put the toes down and stretch that right heel back. Nice Achilles stretch, calf stretch. And bring it back up. I'm going to roll up to standing, find a mountain. I'm going to shake that out. Just twist it out. This is a great, stress alleviator. When you're taking a break, especially if you're sitting a lot, just stand and do this when you're taking your sporadic 10-minute break. Even if you're just running on a bathroom break, stop before you sit back down and do this. Or once you stand up, do this. Even if you're using a standing station. All right. I'm going to bring my hands back down toward the middle of the chair. Let's have some fun. All right. I'm going to root into my right leg and lift that left leg straight up behind. Check in, left arm, right arm. Are you putting even pressure on both of them? Or do you rely on one more than the other? Are you all the way back in the heel of the standing leg? Or could you be even over the arch? Are you all the way forward over the toe? Where are you in your body? All right, now if your back is starting to ache, okay, because Warrior 3 can put a lot of pressure on the low back. You can keep the knee bent. Maybe don't lift this so high, the back leg, or maybe don't keep it so poker straight. So feel out what's going on. Tighten the tummy too. Sorry for that alliteration. But if you tighten your belly, it might help the back not try to do all of the work. We'll bring the knee in and reach. What I love too about the chair is it helps me learn more about the body than when I'm doing it without the chair. Right? When I'm doing it without the chair, I might be working so hard on just trying to stay upright or trying to do it perfectly. Here I get the opportunity to feel and observe different muscle sets with a little more patience, a little bit more calm. All right, I'm going to twist the hip open and close. You might be discovering that standing leg has to do a lot of work. And at least for me, it's way up in these upper sections of the thigh, right? For others, it could be in the foot muscles. It can be in the calf muscles. Maybe they're just not used to doing this much work, contributing to the overall cause. All right, I'm going to open. I'm going to hold here. Oh, I forgot the point and flex. I'm just going to do that while we're here. Now, you could call this good. Hip is open. The waist is twisting. Feel your breath. Maybe you're just wanting to be playful. And you start to play with lifting the left hand. Maybe bring it right back down. It's right here. You have security right here. Maybe it comes to the hip. And that helps me turn the whole rib cage sideways. Like be the bread in the toaster. Just don't burn the crust. That would be here. If I had more. And then some of us lift this left arm. Doesn't make you better than anybody. And at the same time, woohoo, good for you if you tried it and you're feeling standing in this sideways plane as your fullest self. And we'll come down to the chair. Close the hip. Bend the right knee. Reach back. Place that toe down. Push the heel back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften that left calf. Breathe in. Breathe out. I'm going to shift forward. Step this left foot up. And roll the spine up. Good. Let's go ahead and ring the gong again. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at the time. Where am I? Running out of time. We could play so much with our chair. Oh. Good. Let's let the arms just come to a halt. Feel your body having the strength to stand you upright and send it some gratitude. Feel your breath, bringing in life and vitality, clearing out what's old and stagnant with some gratitude. Feel your mind being present right here. Awesome. I'm going to get the chair and we're going to have a seat again. And get ready to start to close out. But go ahead and grab your strap or a towel or a scarf, belt, if you don't have a yoga strap. I'm going to bring the strap onto the bottom of my right foot. And I'm going to hold that as close to the thigh as I can and let the arms just be relaxed. Okay, I'm still toward the front edge of the chair. Core holding me in. not sucking the tummy in. Do we know that difference? We're not sucking the guts up into the chest. We're letting the guts hang, but we're just asking the muscles around it to engage. Engage. So we don't end up like this. Yeah? We're chilling out. So if we got a tummy, let it be a tummy. We just hug the tummy and love that tummy. Feel the top of the head reaching up. Gaze soft. All right, I'm going to straighten that right leg out. Notice how that let my elbows stay nice and relaxed. Now I'm going to switch hands. I'm going to take that left hand closer to the foot. And that helps me get that right arm. So now the right arm is fully extended. Right leg is fully extended. Spine sitting up. Push down with the left foot. Now I like to do what I call turning the key. Can you see that? Where I'm turning from this thigh bone. Not, this is ankle. This is thigh bone. And sit up. How much does it want to open? How much does it want to rotate in? Like you're jiggling the car keys in the ignition. Good. Setting up, find a neutral space in that leg. Pull this right shoulder back and open. Try to keep this leg here. Spine up. Breathe. Maybe you find another limit of opening in this joint, in this groin. I'm going to bring this back. Now I'm going to find both hands finding some strap. Chest up. And pull that leg. Chin up. Chest up. Don't round the spine. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Self-examination. I know we hear the stuff that's screaming. What are we loving? What are we discovering? Just, I didn't know. If we can't find a love point. I hope that we can find a love point. And I'm going to release that leg down. And then feel free to shake that out. Good. All right. One good turn deserves another. We'll do the other leg. I'll hold that with my left arm. Sitting close to the edge of the chair. Hello, core. My core's like, yeah, I know. We already did some work today. It's like, yeah, but guess what? You're a part of me and you get to work every day. Thank you very much. All right. And I'm going to lift and extend. Just feel this for now. Try not to strain this. Can you let that left shoulder go? Feel the breath. This is just me with an extended leg sitting upright. Heck, you still got a hand. This is my right hand, so I could still be typing. If I have to be multitasking, which I hope that we don't have to right now. All right, right hand here. Ooh, left hamstring and hips in. You know what? Don't you pull on that too much more. I'm like, okay, I got you. I hear you. All right, how about that turning of the key? I think you can see this thigh a little bit more here. Rotate, and rotate. Look at it with wonder, like, hey, bone, I could actually ask you to go this way. Sometimes it's just fun to me to just say, oh, wow, my mind is sending a signal and my body is responding. Sometimes my mind doesn't know how to send a signal. Sometimes the mind is sending the signal and the body gets a wrong signal and it goes in the opposite direction. I'm like, what are you doing? And I just get to see the networking and see what's interconnected, what wires are jumbled. All right, here we go. Out to the side. Try not to let that shoulder come up. Everything at ease. Spine sitting up. Be in the right leg on purpose. Be in your spine on purpose. When I say on purpose, it doesn't mean force the body. It means listen to what it's saying and respect it. But we're going to be here on purpose. All right? On deliberately. With what it will give us. With ease. All of it. Ah. All right, I'm going to bring that leg back. Find both ends of the strap. Check the spine now, shoulders down. And ooh, good morning. Spine lifting, pulling that shin up toward our face, flexing through the heel. There's some love in here. There's something to love in here. Breathe. Ah. And I'm going to release and set that strap aside. Shake it out. Maybe stomp it out. Whew, nice. Alrighty. So I'm going to turn a little bit sideways here for our close. We're going to give that core a little bit of a break. So I am going to sit back, but feet flat. Rest your spine against the back of the chair, but lift through the back of the neck, chin level, arms resting. Relax your belly muscles so we don't have to engage that core anymore. Soften the jaw. Notice the sense of touch around your entire body. How is the sense of touch sending you information on the soles of your feet? What can you feel in the floor? What can you feel temperature-wise? Sensation, texture. Do we require contact against our skin to be aware of the sense of touch around the body? Maybe bring your awareness to an area of the body that has no fabric touching it, no object touching it. What are you observing? What can you feel? What is it doing? We live here, but are we occupying this vessel? One hand to the heart, one hand to the belly if you wish. Feel the breath on purpose. Feel the contact and the touch on purpose. A single Om if you wish to join. Deep inhale. Hearing sound being born from within us. Hearing sound being allowed to flow out of us naturally, not contrived, not trying to conform it to anyone else's voice. Hearing the sound of our own inner voice and truth coming out. Deep breath. Examine how we take in the sound of our own voice. Examine how we take in the sensation of voicing from within. One more time. How authentic and true and with ease can we allow this sound to emanate from us? Hands to the heart center. All of the love and light in me recognizes that very same space in you. Namaste. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga, and it has truly been a pleasure to share practicing at home, practicing with a chair, different ways to access movement. Maybe it will help facilitate staying with some bit of practice throughout the day if you feel as though you don't have time to roll out a mat or get to a studio or to block out some whole hour. Listen to the body. If something's saying, I want to twist, here's some many ways we can do it in the chair. If the hamstrings say, I need to stretch, many ways that we can access it. If your mind is saying, whoo, can we have a break? You go, boom, you know what? There's a couple of things we can do so that we're regulated and feeling, so that the mind feels heard and not overstressed and overburdened all the time. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga, and this has been Home Yoga Practice on Wednesday, May 19th. If there's anything, if you have questions, please put them in the comments or send us an email, belinda@justbeyoga.com. If you enjoy anything that we have, please share our videos, share our blog posts, and if it's in your heart or your pocket, donations gratefully accepted. PayPal.me/justbeyoga. All right, go forth and do great things, everyone. Peace. Thank you for coming, Lexi.